Well, hello, how are you, boys and girls? Doing well? I hope so. I am too. This is Mr. Brisson, and today we're going to do a review lesson about the layers of the earth. So, last time you wrote a lot about it, you wrote a paragraph, you used all that information that you had, and today we're going to answer multiple choice questions because those are the type of questions that you will get on that you got on benchmark and also that you get on TCAP. So you want to make sure that that information that you know can be translated into answering that type of questions, okay? So let's look over the learning target. So I can use prior knowledge. So prior meaning knowledge that is already there in our brains, okay? I can use prior knowledge about the layers of the earth to answer multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. And right before we start answering those multiple choice questions, I think that we should take a few minutes to watch a video to make sure that we remember that information or to just refresh our memory, not to learn anything new. You already have all that information that a fourth grader needs, but just to refresh our memory, okay? So let me show you the link. It is Layers of the Earth video, okay? So click on that, or your teacher will click on that for you, and watch it. You know, you don't have to take notes. You already have plenty. Just pay very close attention to it. And now let's go ahead and get started with the multiple choice questions, okay? Let's look at them carefully. Let's read them carefully, and sometimes we need to read them 2 or 3 times. So that we can understand exactly what the questions are asking, okay? And then analyze each choice. And sometimes we can eliminate some of the choices right away and decide which one is the best. Because sometimes there is one that it could be, but we want to choose the best, okay? The first question is very easy, okay? It's just recalling information. So which layer of the earth is made up of rock and soil? Is it the crust? Is it the core? Is it the mantle or the shell? So it is made up of rock and soil. Which one is it? Maybe your teachers can let you talk to a friend about it or have small groups. So if you are at your house by yourselves, you will have to just think about it all by yourself with me, right? And if you are in the classroom and your teacher allows, you can be with a couple of friends discussing the right answers to this question. Which one is made of rock and soil? It is the crust. The crust. So I hope that you got that one right. Let's move on to the next question. What name is given to the land masses of Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, and Australia? So what is the name of those land masses? Is it atmosphere, continents, hydrosphere, or lithosphere? So land masses. What do you think? Discuss it with your friends, or if you're home, just think about it. You can go back in your notes. So the land masses are the continents. The continents, okay? How are you doing so far? Did you get both of them right? Good. Now, this question, this was from the first lesson that we did, okay? The very first one. So he said, which of the earth 2 types of crust is the oldest and thickest? The oldest and thickest. Is it the continental crust, the core, the mantle, or oceanic? And you got to be careful here because he's not asking which is earth thickest layer. It's which 2 types of crust is the oldest and thickest. So what do you think? Which type of crust is the oldest and thickest? Well, it is the continental crust. The continental. Think about it. So where there is land, the crust is thicker. Next question is it's similar, but look at the difference. Which of the Earth's two types of crust is the youngest? The youngest. Is it the continental, the lithosphere, the mantle, or the oceanic? Okay, so we know that we have two types of crust. Remember from that lesson? Continental and oceanic. So which one is the youngest and the... It doesn't say here. But which one is the youngest? It is the oceanic. It is the oceanic, where the oceans, okay? The salt water. This is an easy one. Which layer of the Earth is round at the center and made up of two parts? One liquid and one solid. At the center, remember the peach? Was it the mantle, lithosphere, crust, or core? Which one is it? Talk it with your friends, or if you're by yourself, look at your notes or look in your brain. It is the core. That's right. It is the core, right at the center. Here's another easy one. Which is the thickest of Earth's layers? The thickest of the layers. You should know that one. Well, you know that the crust is the thinnest. So which one is the thickest? You remember? It is the mantle. That's right, the mantle. So far, so good? So far, so good? Yes? All right, let's keep going. Well, I like this question. So it says that Allen described a layer of earth in his notebook. Okay? It is 5 to 70 kilometers thick. It is composed of solid rocks. It is cool at the top and about 870 degrees Celsius at the bottom. So which layer of the earth has Allen described? Is it the crust, the inner core, the mantle, or the outer core? What do you think? And it is the crust. It is the crust. The layer where we live right now, where we make our houses, where we make our schools, where we are standing. This is a good question. Look at this one. A student incorrectly labels a diagram of earth layers. So let's look at this. So I said that this is the crust, and then next is the outer core, and after that is the mantle, and then is the inner core. Okay, so he did it incorrectly. So the question is, which level should be switched? Let's look at it one more time. Which level should be switched? So let's look at the ones that are correct. The crust is correct, right? And the inner core is correct. So which levels should be switched? Crust and inner core and outer core, mantle and crust, or mantle and outer core. Let's look at it one more time. Well, if you chose this one, mantle and outer core, you are correct. You see, it should be crust, mantle, outer core, and inner core. That's a good question. Which choice correctly pairs the state of matter of Earth inner core with its composition? Okay? So they have to both need to match that specific layer, okay? And we're talking about the inner core. So liquid and metal, solid and metal, liquid and rock, solid and rock. So which one goes with inner core? Think about it. Think about it. The inner core is solid and it is metal. That is the right answer. All right. And we will do one more question, okay? One more. Get ready. All right. So this table shows information about the inner cores of different planets. So Jupiter has solid rock and ice surrounded by hydrogen and helium. Mars has liquid iron sulfide with some solid nickel. Neptune, solid rock and ice surrounded by water, ammonia, and methane. Ooh. And Venus, solid iron and nickel. Okay? Those are the inner cores. So which one has the inner core that is most similar to our planet's core? Which one do you think? Jupiter, Mars, Neptune, or Venus? Let's look at the chart one more time. Take a look. Think about it. And the right answer is Venus. That's right. It is solid and it is iron and nickel. Yeah, just like Earth's. So you see, boys and girls, this is the way that our knowledge in science is tested with this type of questions. So we got to make sure that we understood the material really, really well so that we can answer, we can transfer that information that is here in our brains to this type of questions. Okay? So I hope that you do really, really well on your TCAP, because I think by the time that you do this lesson, you already took the benchmark for science, okay? And remember that science is everywhere. Look for it. It is everywhere, all around us, okay? I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.